Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Today is Friday the 13th, February 13th, guys, and I hope you guys having a great day, a great morning, and of course, tomorrow is Valentine's Day. So hope you got your last minute shopping for your loved one, hours, take her out to dinner or take him out to dinner or whatever you play, grab each other, whatever it is. Because make sure you don't forget your partner on Valentine's Day. Now, we have a great show today, folks. First, check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com. Give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show. Every show is dedicated to the first responders, the men and women in the military. Let's not forget our veterans who fought for our country. But mostly it's dedicated to people like you who take the time and watch the show Monday through Friday at noon. Lunchtime fun. We're coming to you live on the Tony Ocean Show Facebook page, the Mo Carrara Facebook page, the Ocean's Pit Facebook page. We're on LinkedIn. We're on YouTube. We're on X. So please join us. And we got a great show lined up for you today. Wednesdays and Fridays, you know how we always have guests. My guest today will be a gentleman named Irv Adams. And of course, him and his lovely wife, Lisa, run an establishment called Chef Shangri-La. That's right, Chef Shangri-La, ladies and gentlemen, located at 7930 West 26th Street in lovely North Riverside. They're going to be celebrating their 50 years in business this July. So Irv's going to talk about their menu and their food, and it's a great place you want to hang out, you want to be at. We're also going to be there in March. So Irv will be coming on the second part of the show right after. It's time. So Seventh Heaven, let's go to work right now, Ocean's Pit style. Let's do it, baby. All right, so we're having a little Thank you, Richie from Seventh Heaven. How you guys all doing today, Ocean's Pit? And on apologize yesterday, if you know, Toxic Thursday, we had Carol Brandolino as my co-host. And at about 12:21 yesterday, the whole house went dark. We lost power. The whole block lost power. We didn't get power back till 2:30. So I just want to say thank you, Carol Brandolino, for taking on that extra half hour on her own and talking and taking the show, finishing the show for me. So thank you, Carol Brandolino, for that. And of course, it's horrible when we lost the power, but we didn't get it back till 2:30 in the afternoon. So anyway, thank you, Carol, so much for that. Also, guys, I want to thank everybody who showed up last night to a sold-out show at the Ches Hotel in beautiful downtown Arlington Heights. You know, we were there in November of 2025. It's a beautiful Thursday night. It's right a rooftop. But of course, the rooftop is closed because of the weather, but it's just beautiful. It's got all the trees in there, and it's just a great spot. And I just can't begin to thank everybody who showed up. Even my wife, Laura, showed up, and my daughter, Marissa, and Nico, and Tony, and Denise. And thank you, Gina, and Jeff, and Carol, and the Alderman, and just the list goes on and on. All you wonderful people who showed up last night. I really do appreciate it. Also, Double T, Tony Toto, great job, my friend. Now, tonight, we'll be in Kenosha, Wisconsin at the Stella Ballroom. Now, that show is sold out. Ocean's Rat Pack, and that's for the firefighters fund, care fund, raising money for the firefighters. You know how much we love doing stuff for the first responders. That's going to be tonight. Tomorrow's show at the Impact Fuel Room in Libertyville. Ocean's Rat Pack sold out as well. And that's, of course, going to be with not only Ocean's Rat Pack, but with our band, the Main Event Band. So it's going going to be a lot of fun. We love Libertyville. We sold it out last year, and we're looking forward to it because it's also Valentine's Day, which is cool. And Sunday will be at Ron Onesti's Club Arcata Speakeasy for Sinatra Sunday. That's a 4:30 hit, me and the Professor Daryl Armstead. So, glad we got that underway. Like I said, Adams will be joining us from Chef Shangri-La about 12:30, right after the weather, everybody. And just, it's just crazy. I mean, I'm just looking through everything that's going on, and it's just one story after another. And just like I was saying, there's no more anymore. My God, there isn't anymore. Now it's just like, oh, okay, another killing, another stabbing, another this, another that. And it's just crazy what this world is. I don't know. Lilia, how you doing? Emo, Florida is in the house. Iowa is in the house. Hello, New Jersey. Hello, Ohio. Ryan, Mary. I hope you guys are doing. Albert from the Ron Onesti organization. Nice to see you all, guys, and thanks for tuning in today. So what are we going to get to? Chicago. The city of Chicago alone, folks, they owe $41 billion in debt. Our city of Chicago. I don't live in a city. We're coming to you live here from beautiful Elk Grove Village. I don't know. This guy, I never thought we'd have a worse mayor than Lightfoot. But, whoo, this guy has no clue. And I don't know about our governor. That's a completely different show at a completely different time. But anyway, unbelievable as is. And also, we were just talking about, I know we've been talking about the Super Bowl 61, Seattle Seahawks defeating the New England Patriots. And we went through the whole halftime Bad Bunny and the Kid Rock thing. But you know what was really weird about the whole situation? It was the first time in history, and I think I might have mentioned it, I'm not quite sure. It was the first time in history, folks, that 8, 9, 10 million, they really don't know exactly the account because some people couldn't point USA on their streaming. But the first time that many people stopped and turned off the halftime show. That's the first time that's happened. I didn't even happen when that Kendra Lamar, whatever his name was, he was on last year. Like I said, I haven't watched a halftime show in a long time, but it's just weird how it comes to. Now we'll see what happens next year for Super Bowl 62. It's going to be back in California, they say. Some people say who knows where it's going to be. But it's just mind-boggling. You got to put that into your head, folks, that almost 10 million people turned off the halftime show. First time in football history, for NFL history. Anyway, there's some more crazy stories. You know how much, being born and raised in Italy, I'm an Italian. My real name is Maurizio Carrara. Anyway, we know the whole story. But anyway, I didn't realize this, folks, and I've been to Italy a few times. Italy has more churches. Now listen to this. Italy has more churches, ladies and gentlemen, than McDonald's in the United States. There's more churches in Italy than there are McDonald's in the United States of America. If you go to Italy, folks, it's nice. The first time, do the walk, do the churches and walk and walk and walk. And all you do is walk. I don't know. I might like to take the kids there one day, maybe my wife too, but interesting. It really is. Leader me, how you doing? What's up, Danny Ramundi from Florida? Happy birthday to your son, Anthony Ramundi, conservative aunt. I hope you're doing well over there. And Kathy, are you, Deborah? Happy Friday. Tuned for the Italians is good fortune holiday. Yes, Deborah. Thank you. It is. Buona fortuna, as we say in Italian. But anyway, that many churches, crazy as it is. Now, how about this guy, ladies and gentlemen? Boards a plane. Now, what can you be doing? What can you be doing, ladies and gentlemen, that your mind is not on it, that you get on the wrong flight? On the wrong flight. Anthony Melchiotti, what's up? NFL broke ties with Jay-Z. That means we have a chance of Super Bowl show being American again. Now, I did look up that story. Anthony, also a great bass player from the band Billy and the Vintage Saints, will be in Rockford on April 1st. Anyway, I get rid of Jay-Z. We might get some good rock and roll bands back on halftime, maybe some good country bands. So let's hope that happens. You're doing well, pal. Anyway, how bad is it for this guy to get on the wrong plane? To get on the wrong plane, ladies and gentlemen. Man's board wrong, according to Fox. Man boards the wrong plane. Think he's going to Houston. And after a little bit, he's going, hey, how come it's taking us so long to get to Houston? You're going to Tokyo, baby. You are going to Tokyo. What is wrong with this country? What if this guy's nuts? What can you know what? Get off those, people that get those headphones in and they're listening to music and they're just walking around like they don't understand what's going on in this world. What an idiot. Anyway, this is Ocean Spit. You know what that means? It's business. And when we talk business, we're talking about Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. We got a lot of great buys, folks. It's time to get your seed started. 8-quart Miracle Grow seed starter mix or indoor plant mixes, 2 for $12. Select 16-quart bags are 2 for $18. Stock up and save. Buy 3, get 1 free on your Ace Basic pleated air filters. And did you know that not all LED bulbs are harsh, cool white? They also come in bright white, and they come in warm white. Get a 10-pack of Fight LED light bulbs for only $9.99. That's less than $1 a bulb. And Wild Birdseed, 22 bags for $16. That runs from February 13th today to February 16th. A lot of good stuff happening for President's Day and a lot of great sales at our good friends from Ace. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, neighbors before they were neighbors. Mesa, Arizona, Fox River Grove Park, Des Plaines, Norwich. Don't forget, folks, they have a brand new one, 26th of October. So I'm excited for my good friend Raffaello and Jackie and our friends from Ace Hardware, like I said. And, of course, let's not forget, folks, coming up, the Chicago Music Cruise. That's right. It's going to happen again. This will be our 4th Cruise Heaven and Chicago Music Cruise. This time we just got back. We just finished in January. We were just on the MSC World America, Tony Ocean Band, and Seventh Heaven. Now, everybody was complaining about why did you leave Royal Caribbean? And we just tried a new ship. And backed by popular demand, January 10th, 2027, Royal Caribbean. We're back, folks. Chicago Music Cruise. We're going to start off January 10th, like I said, 2027. Orlando, Bahamas, Coco Cay, St. Martin, and St. Thomas. It's the Tony Ocean, the main event band. Of course, we're going to have the great Jerry Jams. We're going to have the great Tony Toto. We're going to have the great Daryl Armstrong, the professor. And, of course, Carlo, our good friend, on saxophone. So, of course, we'll be there. And, of course, Seventh Heaven. Now, go to NTD Vacations. It's that simple. Put in Tony Ocean. Go to ChicagoMusicCruise.com. Put in Tony Ocean or call Mary at 630-688-1725 and say, I want to go on the ocean with Ocean. So make sure you jump on that. And, of course, our good friends from Seventh Heaven. And I'm proud to announce, folks, Wednesday, March 4th, we just did the promo today, is our 6th year anniversary with Ocean's Pit. Now, the big one we did last year, the 5-year anniversary was big. What a sellout. It was incredible at the Village Tavern in Schaumburg. We're going to do it again right back there, folks. It's going to happen March 4th, Wednesday. 6 o'clock, you can get there. The live remote won't start till 7, and it's going to be from 7 to 8:30. It's going to be a live remote at night. Of course, Laura Ocean will be there. Of course, Carol Brandolino will be there as well. We got special prizes, giveaways, special guests. Last year we had Ron Onesti. We had, of course, Richie from Seventh Heaven, Ace Hardware people, Raphael. It's going to be great. A lot of local entertainers will be there. It's a lot of fun. It's Village Tavern in Schaumburg. And, of course, what they're doing is giving away their free world-famous chicken fingers and French fries to the people that are there for Ocean's Pit. We got drink giveaways. We got a lot of great stuff. So mark your calendar, Wednesday, March 4th. 6 years, Ocean's Pit. That's right. Village Tavern in Schaumburg, Illinois. All right, so gets on the wrong flight. Isn't this crazy? And another thing, I got an idea I got an idea how to stop people from robbing your packages when they're delivered. Now, not all packages, just the ones that are marked Amazon, right? They're called porch pirates. You've seen a lot of reporting on social media. This happened to a couple of my friends already. There's packages that say Amazon. You know it's going to be something from Amazon because you can order anything from Amazon. I noticed those are the ones that get stolen the most. If it's just a brown paper box or big, for some reason, they don't grab that. But what they can do is remove the Amazon from the envelope or for the box. You know, I mean, that's what it seems like it's happening. So remove the name of Amazon, and it might, I don't know if it's going to stop it completely, but I'm sure I've heard of a lot of people that's happened to, you know what I mean? So if they, one way they can do it, God bless. Kathy Eppolito, great seeing you in Ross. Kathy, of course, Santa Barbara, California, Ace. Derek Kelly, how are you doing, buddy? Thank you. There's Daryl Armenstadt, the professor. Daryl, I will see you on Sunday at Ron Onesti's Club Arcata Speakeasy. It's a 4:30. Sherry, how are you doing? Village Tavern, March 4th. March 4th, Sherry. Wednesday, March 4th. Dennis from Lake Geneva, what's up, brother? All right, so here's another thing. And then you ever notice when you go grocery shopping or in stores in general? Rose, how you doing? Thank you, my dear. I hope you're doing well. Mikey's in the house. Hardcore Italians. Go to their website, folks. They've got millions of followers. Mike Ariosa, folks. Michael, maybe we can get Mike to show up on March 4th to Ocean's Pit 6-year anniversary. Alderman Dick Sayed, Alderman of Des Plaines, is watching. Dick, Alderman, thank you so much. Great seeing you last night. Laurie Stevens, how are you doing? General Robert Provenzano, how are you doing, my friend? Great seeing you. All right, so don't forget, 12:30, right after the weather, we have Irv Adams, the CEO and owner of Chef Shangri-La, him and his lovely wife. They're celebrating the Chef Shangri-La 50 years in business in July. Not many restaurants and establishments can say that, 50 years. They'll be on coming up very shortly. And I know we're probably not supposed to talk about this, but if you ever notice that you go into the mall or stores, it happens to me all the time. I go into Walmart, or if I go into Target, or wherever I'm going shopping for that day, because we switch from place to place, because we're in Elk Grove, so there's so many places around where we're at. You always have to go to the bathroom. Well, Dennis, there you go. How about going to the store and buy it? I agree. I don't order nothing online. I don't know how, number one. My wife does it all day long, and I'm returning packages. They all know me by my name at UPS or Staples. Now Staples have closed, but yeah. So maybe get out off your ass and go to the store and buy something. Like for me with clothes, I have to try them on. I can't hire, go online and just, listen to tie maybe. But shoes and pants and shirts, they say extra large, and then when you get them, your sleeve is down to here. So get out to the stores and shop. Good idea, Dennis. Good one. Anyway, bathroom, it's called, I don't even know if I got the right word here. Okay, you ready? Mariko Ari phenomenon. MARIKOAUEPHOMON. It started in Japan in 1985. It happened when they would walk into bookstores. And all of a sudden, they had to go to the bathroom. Now, this has happened to me a couple times. And it happened to me when I go into Walmart or Target or Jewel. I don't know if that's happened to you. I know it sounds crazy, but is it possible? It's nuts. It's nuts. Excuse me. Yes. Isn't that, I wonder if she will say yes tomorrow night. Good point. If you're going to listen, excuse me, went down the wrong way. If you're going to propose, stop doing proposals Valentine's Day. Not good. Sometimes they expect it. You have to do it. Don't do it on a birthday. Don't do it on Christmas. And don't do it on Valentine's Day. Or don't do it on their birthday. Don't get engaged on the birthday, Christmas, Valentine, whatever it is. Number one, you got to give it back if you break up and that falls down. So don't do that on the holiday. Do it on a different day. And this is just, me, experience. At least, I had a few marriages, just a few. I'm going on 9 years with lovely Laura. No, so it's my longest relationship I've ever had. Anyway, agreed, right, Carol? And no vacuum cleaner, buddy. No Don't get your girlfriend a vacuum cleaner or kitchen utensils. You're going to get yourself in a lot of trouble. Absolutely. Anyway, now, there's a lady that didn't do it for Valentine's Day, but she wanted to give her husband's a giant football fan. Wanted to go to the Super Bowl. Can't afford it. How is she going to come up with the money so she can send her husband to the Super Bowl? Pretty cool wife or girlfriend. I think this was a wife, but wants to do this for her husband. Now, I don't know how many people have been to Super Bowls. I know people have been to a few. But how does she come? She has to come up with the money. What does she do? Now, I know this sounds crazy, folks. She sells pictures of her feet. Listen to this. Pictures of her feet. There's a foot fetish, obviously, right? So she sent pictures of her feet to some site that people pay to watch women's feet. She raised $10,000 and she got her husband a ticket because his other buddy was going. And she didn't want to go. He wanted to go with his friend. 10 grand she raised by buying or logging on and taking pictures of her feet. 10 grand. 10 grand. I know some of you ladies out there are going, just your feet. I don't know. Crazy, but I call that love. Hanging and Banging says, I buy sexy. Okay, there you go. Give her pots and pans. You don't want to give your wife pots and pans for Valentine's Day. Double T. Great job last night, brother. Looking forward to seeing you tonight in Kenosha, Wisconsin at the Stella Ballroom. Sold out. Oceans Rat Pack for the firefighters fair care. That's tonight. So don't give her pots and pans, folks. Don't give her pots and pans. Let's get another sponsor, folks. Armando Supermarkets, 925 Liberty Street in Elgin, Illinois. That's right. Not only produce, folks, meats and groceries, prepare food, rotisserie chicken, all that great stuff at Armando's Supermarket, 925 Liberty Street in Elgin, Illinois. As for Danny Mazzi, buy local, shop local. And don't forget our friends from CrashChampions.com. If you have a dent in your car, nothing needs done, you need to go to CrashChampions.com. That's right. See my buddy Michael. Go to and tell him Tony O sent you. Get your cars fixed. All right. So we got another 10 minutes or so, and we're bringing up Irv Adams, the CEO of Chef Shangri-La, and they're celebrating their 50th year. I'm going to be there, if I'm correct, March 19th on a Thursday night. I want to thank Irv taking a shot because usually he brings artists in on weekends, if I'm correct, and Sundays. I didn't have anything opened, so he was kind enough to give us a shot on a Thursday. And we do pretty well on Thursday nights. That was a joke, right, Tony? I'm sure, because Mrs. Double T is going to hit you with a pot right now. There you go. Absolutely. What else shows we got coming up? We got another busy week coming up. Like I said, we're so lucky and we've been so blessed now, going on 40 years doing this full time. On the 21st of Saturday, don't forget, every Friday we are at Chicago Prime Steakhouse, except for I get 11 Fridays off a year that they let me go do other stuff. So, but most of the other Fridays I am at Chicago Prime in Schaumburg. The 21st, we're going to be at Taverna on Division. On the 25th, Rosario's in Roselle. The 26th will be at Positano's in Oak Brook, the return of Jerry Jams from Florida. And Lisa P. will be leaving for Florida. So kicking in is my great sister, and she's back, Regina Karma. What a voice she has. The 26th, Positanos. 28th will be at Rookies in Hoffman Estates. March 7th, we're making our debut at Johnny Cabs in Burr Ridge with the Main Event Band. On the 19th, we'll be at Chef Shangri-La. It's a Thursday night. On the 21st of March, we'll be at 28 Mile in Highwood, Illinois. And, of course, April 1st will be at the Hard Rock Casino in Rockford. And a lot of Lake Geneva dates. Our first one will be Saturday, May 9th at the Cove with Ocean's Rat Pack Mother's Day show. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But get the website. We'll give you all the dates. Governor, what's up, Brian? Great podcast of your own. Joey Spins. Great seeing you and Cindy last night. Holy roly, buddy. Holy roly. Actor James Van Der Beek has passed away at the age of 48 years old. I don't know any of his stuff. He might have been on the Gilmore Girls or something like that. I know he made a couple movies. I think he was more popular on television, but our prayers go out to his family. Crazy. Also, congratulations to Molly Schuler becoming the woman who's eaten more chicken wings. Chicken wings champ, folks. 200 wings in 20 minutes. 200 wings in 20 minutes. Molly Schuler. That's a lot. A lot of wings. Also, the smoking the most cigarettes at once. Yeah. Somebody smoked 800 cigarettes in 6 minutes. So what they did is they put rows of cigarettes and a tube, and the guy smoking this, folks, 800 cigarettes in 6 minutes. Crazy as it sounds. Now, I smoked cigarettes years ago, but I basically did it because I was sponsored by a cigarette company. So I was holding the cigarette the whole time. You know, I'm a cigar smoker. But my God, that is nuts. And you know what, even more nuts? You women out there with your plastic surgeries. When is it enough? When is it enough? The eyes, the ears, the nose, the lips. The lips. This lady here, an influencer, spent over $50,000 on lip fillers. She's had so many operations, ladies and gentlemen. This lady can't close her mouth anymore. What is wrong with you people? You want to do a little nip and tuck? Okay, whatever. But how many times? And you imagine when you're done and the doc, you know, when you feel like when you get your haircut, like get a haircut, whatever, and the guy brings the mirror and lets you see all around how good her hair looks. How do you imagine when she gets there? She can't close her mouth after how many times? I don't know. She spent $50,000 getting her lips done. I could just say, say the lady's name was Lillian. Hey, Lillian. Oh, wow. Look at this. Came out great. Hey, Jack. Does she have to say it's nuts? It's completely idiotic. Why do that? She's turning into a turkey. Patrice, former Chicago Honey Bear. Hello, my dear friend. All right. Well, this just, of course, whether you guys are, I'm excited about this. I'm excited about voter ID. I think everybody should have an ID to vote and be a citizen to vote. I do agree on that, folks. You know, my mom did it. She came from Italy, did the paperwork, did what she had to do, and she can vote if she wants. But supporting voters, like the Republicans, the vote came 95%, the Democrats 71%. And of course, but though it was it was almost like, but if you look at the actual count, Democrats had 213 and Republicans had 217. So it passed in the House, and now they got to go to the Senate and see what the Senate will do. Joanne Lulo, a happy belated birthday, my friend. Addictive like some people with their tattoos. Yeah, okay, I can see that too. When I see you've got your favorite cigar, well, thank you, Dennis. I appreciate it. very much. DUIs are trying to change their rule. They want to lower it to 0.05. It would be the strictest DUI law in the nation. 0.05. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, last time I saw a mouth like that, it had a hook in it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so, and alcohol sales are down, and my buddy Jim Early, of course, one of the managers and part owners of the a la carte entertainment. They own all the Moretti's. And maybe earlier this month, he put something out on social media telling that bars are losing their money because the new Gen Z, whatever these people are, this new generation, are not drinking anymore, or they're not drinking as much. I'm telling you, we were on that cruise ship. I never seen so many vapes. I've never seen so many people vape. And I'm talking not only kids, I'm seeing adults, men, women. So the restaurant's got to be tough. The business right now has got to be tough. Certain places I play, alcohol is expensive. People are not doing it. They're vaping or gummies. I don't know. Jim Hammer, what's up, brother? I hope you're doing well. 42 days till spring, and we can go fishing again, guys. 42 days, so we can go fishing again. All right, it's almost time. Just one more thing here real fast. Today is Friday the 13th, so there'll be 3 Friday the 13th in 2026. First time that's happened since 2015. So there's 2 more Friday the 13th after today. Just a little something out there. All right. And before we bring on Irv Adams, ladies and gentlemen, Jack Vayner Landscaping. They offer monthly maintenance programs, bush trimming, spring, fall cleanup, bed mulching, fertilizing, weed control. They offer plant design, service, and installation. They've been servicing the North Shore for over 50 years. Call Jack Vayner Landscaping and tell them Tony O sent you. 847-432-5266. Thank you, Cousin Tommy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Ace Hardware Weather Minute. The Minute Weather, Ace Hardware Weather Minute. And today is February 13th, Friday. And here is the weather for today, folks. It is 45 degrees out there, 54% humidity, 10-mile-an-hour winds. It's sunny out, but folks, looks like we might get early 50s next week. So spring is in the air. It's still far away. I think we might get another snowstorm soon. But for right now, we'll take the warm weather, and that is brought to you by JRC Ace Hardware. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. All right, my guest, ladies and gentlemen, him and his lovely been involved as Chef Shangri-La, 7930 West 26th Street in North Riverside. It started in 1976. The original owners was Paul and Susie Fong. Were the original owners, and now Irv and Lisa have had it, and they're celebrating their big 50th year in business. Do you understand what I'm talking about, folks? We're talking of 50 years in the restaurant business. It's unheard of. It's unheard of. If anybody's going to do it, it'll be Irv. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Irv Adams. Irv, how you doing, sir?
Good, Tony. Thank you for having me on, and it's nice that you and I are able to come up with a date. You're going to be at Chef Shangri-La on March 19th for a Thursday night.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for giving me a Thursday because I know just it didn't work for us on the weekends, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, 7930 West 26 North Riverside, Polynesian ambiance, as they call it.
Mm-hmm.
Been there since 1976. We're going to talk about some recipes. It's Hawaiian drinks, tiki bar. You got specials, got stuff. First of all, Irv, why restaurant business? Did you always want to do that? Was that in your family? How did that come about?
Well, no, it wasn't. Actually, I was with Walgreens for 33 years. And, my wife's family, my mother-in-law and father-in-law opened the restaurant back in 1976. And it was my in-laws' dreams to open up a Polynesian style restaurant, tiki bar. And, you know, my father-in-law always had a dream, loved going to Hawaii. So it's a Hawaiian style restaurant. And my mother-in-law got sick and passed away in early 2019. And I was retiring from Walgreens. And before she passed away, her dream was that, you know, we would continue to run the restaurant. And that was her life. You know, she worked all the hours there. And, you know, and I felt honored that, you know, she had other children and she wanted me and my wife to run it. And, you know, so that's what we want to do is we want to continue to run it and keep it going. And 50 years, like you said, is a milestone.
It is a milestone. And first of all, I'm sorry about the mom. You're losing your mom.
Mhm.
Second of all, when you're in the Walgreens and that type of business and you get into the restaurant, okay, let's say now you've been doing, say you finally get into the restaurant, you're doing it a month now. Is
Mhm.
there a big difference, obviously, between the
Well,
Walgreens
no,
work and the restaurant or no?
no, it's about the same. You know, retail and the restaurant business. There's a lot of hours. You know, you got to be there. You're the owner. If you're not there, a lot of things could happen. So, you know, big part of it is just like at a Walgreens. You got to give great customer service. You got to differentiate yourself from other restaurants. And you know, our product as far as our food. I mean, it's the original recipes and. You know, we've had a following just like you've had for 40 years that we've had for 50 years. And the biggest thing is just hearing the stories from our customers when you know they were a kid and they would come to our restaurant. Now they're there with their children, and you know we have a pond in the dining room with koi fish and turtles, and the kids love coming there and feeding them and taking pictures. And it's just awesome to just hear the stories and how people have grown up and they've been coming there for 50 years. So I'm proud to
It's
be able to continue the legacy.
Well, that's fantastic. And you like said, it is family recipe, so it comes down from your mom and so on.
Mhm.
And like, what kind of first of all, what's your hours over there?
So we're closed on Mondays now. You know, it used to be a 7 day a week restaurant, but after COVID, we decided to shut down for one day. You know, give all the employees a day off. But we're open on the weekdays, Tuesday through Thursdays, from 11:30 to 9 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays we open up at 11:30 and we're open till 11 p.m. And Sundays we're open at noon to 9 p.m.
Very cool. And what would you think? What's your biggest seller? Would you say, Irv?
Well, I mean, when you look at our restaurant, obviously we're a tiki bar and a restaurant, but we're known for obviously our food, but you know, our tiki drinks are something special. I mean, we have 50 different tiki drinks, and our most famous tiki drink is our Dr. Fong. And everyone in the area knows about our drink. We even sell T-shirts that say "I got Fong." So, you know, when you have a little too many of the Dr. Fongs, you walk out with one of those T-shirts. But the nice thing was when my wife, who's a physician, she graduated med school, her parents named the drink after her. So
Very
now
cool. And
we
also,
have the
Irv, do
real
me a
Dr.
favor.
Fong.
Yeah, can you just make sure you stay like that? Because sometimes when you talk, I see half your face. So stay like
Oh,
that for
sorry,
the
sorry,
camera.
sorry.
It's all right.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
So
doing it.
very cool. Now, all right. So it's back to this special Fong drink, which is kind of
Mhm.
cool, especially a Hawaiian type drink, which is great. Um, so what's very interesting about, I mean, a lot of my friends have worked at your place. Bill Saratella, of course. We've got
Mhm.
Nick Sahajas that works there. A lot of great,
Right.
you got great entertainers that perform at your establishment.
Daryl's there.
Uh,
Daryl and his wife Sonia also are there.
Of course, the professors
Yeah.
there, they're fantastic. Mary, we're talking about Chef Shangri-La. If you're just joining us, 7930 West 26th Street in North Riverside, Polynesian ambiance with some great tropical drinks as well. And Irv is the owner. If you guys just turning in, this is Ocean's Pit. What really mind-boggling to me, Irv, and yet you might even have it on the head here. Most restaurants, when you perform at, it's a 2 hour or 3 hour show. You're
Mhm.
up there and you're giving your artist an hour and a half, whatever it is. That's fantastic. How come that and not the traditional 8 to 10 or 9 to 11? How did that work out?
You know, we just decided to do a 90-minute show, give our customers time to just come in, enjoy a quick dinner. and then also sit down, just watch entertainment. And then afterwards, there's a lot more things to do at our restaurant. You know, again, going in and going to the tiki bar. We also have uh, gaming at our restaurant. So when people want to go in and put some money in the machines and slot machines and just gamble. So there's a lot of things to do. We have a younger crowd with, you know, a lot of family oriented. So the kids are coming with them. And it's hard for the kids to sit still for about a 3 hour show because, you know, the families want to have a dinner and go.
And go. What's your biggest seller there? Beer or
No, no.
hard alcohol?
It's all of our tropical drinks. Our tropical drinks, like I said, we have a list of about 50 tropical drinks. If you've ever had a Mai Tai, my father-in-law created a Mai Tai that it's no other like that. So, and you know, we have pina coladas, we have all different sorts of tropical drinks. But yeah, of course, we have the different types of beers where you can get anywhere. We also have Chinese beer like Qingdao. We have a Happy
Okay.
Buddha beer. Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So great. And that's great. And now what I wanted to find out now, let's go back to 2020.
Mhm.
COVID hits,
Mhm.
you get the word from television, all right, we're going to be closed for 2 weeks. All right. So everybody's like, okay, we get a little vacation. I mean, I asked this to everybody. What was your thought
Mhm.
what were you thinking at that time? Holy cow, what are we going to do? Right.
Yeah,
As
I
a
mean,
restaurant owner.
we were devastated because I had just taken over the restaurant probably 4 or 5 months before that. And, you know, the first day when COVID hit, we laid everybody off, all of our waitresses, and we only kept one cook. And the first day it was really slow. And then all of a sudden we just blew up. I mean, we weren't really known for our carry out orders, but our carry out orders probably tripled. And then we came up with a plan where we have a pretty big parking lot, so we put two big tents out there, and we were still doing our live entertainment, and we were actually doing better during COVID because we were able to give people a destination to come to, and they weren't staying home, and we were going through the typical, COVID protocol. And people were wearing, our servers were wearing masks, our servers were wearing gloves, we were sitting people, distance from each other, and
Yeah.
we thrived
Yeah.
during COVID, and the village allowed us even after COVID to sell drinks to go. So now we could do our tropical drinks to go, and we sell our Dr. Fong's, our Mai Tais by the quart, the half gallon, and the gallons. And people come in and just
Oh,
order that to take home.
now, do you listen to this, folks? Did you just hear what he just said? Not only is it Polynesian ambiance, tropical drinks, and it's to go, folks.
Yeah,
You can get booze to go, only in North Riverside. You
yeah.
got to love it. Irv Adams, now, was it hard for to keep help? A lot of people I'm hearing in restaurants, it's hard to keep help. Do you find that in your situation as well?
No, I'm fortunate. I have a dedicated staff, a staff that's been with me probably, some of them have been there 20, 25 years. And we take care of our employees. We treat our employees like we would want to get treated. And I think that's the big part why we've been successful, or my in-laws were successful for 50 years, just taking care of your employees because they're a reflection of us. And even though we have great food and a great ambiance and great drinks, but our employees are what differentiate us, I think, from our competition.
And another thing now, you get like these Yelp. Somebody might not like it.
Hmm.
Something was cold or something. It's amazing how horrible something like that can ruin a restaurant. It could be
Yes.
just a bad day.
Mhm.
The server might have had a bad day. Something happened, and it's just crazy how that can happen. I just hate when stuff like that happens to restaurants.
Mhm.
But what I ask you is, Irv, when my buddy Jim Early, I don't know if you know Jim. Of course, he's one of the main runners who runs all the Moretti's restaurants.
Mhm.
They have many locations, of course. Made an announcement on Facebook about alcohol service drinks being down. Now,
Yes.
yours is specialty type drinks. Do you
Mhm.
see that at all in the last 4 or 5 years? Is the younger kids
Yes.
drinking? The 21 year
So
olds?
is just like you said before, we used to have a lot of the younger generation coming in, and we don't see them as often. It used to be the Wednesday before Thanksgiving was one of our busiest days for the bar. And the younger generation would be coming back from college or coming back home from their jobs to visit their families, and we just don't see that as much. And you're right. I think they're out there staying at home, having their parties at home, vaping and things to that fact. And a little thing that differentiates us is because of our signature drinks. And I think a lot of them still talk about it. We do a lot of great advertising on our Facebook page and letting people know about our drinks and our entertainment. I think our entertainment, if you go into a typical Chinese restaurant, you don't see what we have. I mean, yeah, we have the great food, but we differentiate that by having entertainment. And, when you come in, we had a Jimmy Buffett impersonator last Saturday, and we had 175 people in our restaurant to see that. And
Very
also
cool.
the entertainment.
That kind of fits. That fits. Yeah.
So I think you have to look at longevity of what you're going to do to continue to grow the business. And that's what me and my wife are trying to continue to do.
And it's interesting how you say that, me and my wife, because you always hear, is it hard to work with your partner, your wife, in businesses when you got to come to a certain decision? It can't be that easy.
Well, the nice thing about it is when I retired from Walgreens, I came to the restaurant, and part of it was she continued her, her job being a physician, and basically leaves me alone. So that makes for a happy marriage. She'll come in on the holiday to help, and then she doesn't like what I say, and she's like, "All right, I'm leaving." So,
I'm leaving. That's it. Happy wife, happy life. I know what you're saying. We got Irv Adams, ladies and gentlemen. Chef Shangri-La, 7930 West 26th Street in North Riverside. Now, there was other places similar, kind of like that. I remember the Kona Kai. I remember the Halakadliki over there on River Road. But they don't have food. You guys not only do have food, and you have the tropical drinks as well. That's a fantastic combination.
Yeah. And then we also do a happy hour during the week on, the weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. And we have specials on our tropical drinks. And then we also have appetizers. We have something called a poo-poo platter, where it comes on a nice woven wooden platter with 6 different items. And, people just love it because they're able to get a variety of our appetizers.
And you are open Tuesday through Sunday. What's your hours?
So the weekdays we're open from 11:30 to 9 o'clock, and then the weekends we're open 11:30 to 11 p.m.
Irv, do you see people staying up till 11 at 10:30, quarter 11? Do you still have people in that restaurant?
Yeah, after the shows, people go to our bar, but not like it used to be. When I first took over, we have a 2 a.m. liquor license, but we just figured, 11 o'clock is good enough. We want to be more of a family-oriented restaurant and not have people coming in just looking to party and get a little disorderly and things to that effect.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys, we're talking about Irv Adams from Chef Shangri-La, 7930 West 22nd Street in North Riverside, Tuesday through Sunday. We're going to be there March 19th, folks. You have great entertainment on weekends. You got to check this place out. One last question. Sure. I know, Irv, because you're busy. Would there be a second location maybe coming, or is this it for you?
No, we've been looking. It was always my in-laws' dreams to expand, and we had a deal in place in Hinsdale. That kind of fell through. So we're looking up north, actually around where we live, Glenview area, north or north suburbs. But, the restaurant that we're at North Riverside, I mean, we plan on being there. Hopefully one of my kids will be willing to run the restaurant in the near future. So we'll be well past our 50 years and looking forward to just continue staying there.
You keep eating there? I mean, you guys eat there? I mean, how often do you eat at your restaurant?
I eat there all the time. I snack on stuff, but it's like anything else. I like to go out with some of my buddies during the day and just, get away from the restaurant a little bit.
Sure. Absolutely. Well, Irv, I want to thank you for your time. Irv Adams, ladies and gentlemen. Again, Chef Shangri-La, 7930 West 26th Street in North Riverside. Well, I'll be there March 19th on a Thursday, but he has great entertainment there all the time. You need to check the place out for that great Polynesian ambiance. It's been there since 1976, and this July they're celebrating their big 50th anniversary. Eric, Irv, congratulations,
Thank
sir,
you.
you and your lovely wife, and thank you for local establishments and giving local entertainers work.
Yes.
We appreciate that very much, sir, and we wish you another 50 years. Look
Thank
forward
you,
to seeing
Tony.
you in a couple
All
weeks in
right,
March.
great. Thanks for having
Thank
me
you, Irv.
on. Thank you. All right, bye-bye.
Have a great day,
You
buddy.
too.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
so much.
Bye-bye.
Now, folks, what I'm talking about, that is a restaurant and a place that you want to go to. Bring the family, bring the kids. Great. The atmosphere is unbelievable, folks. And you get alcohol to go, folks. Not only can you have a doggy bag and the fortune cookies and everything to go, but you can get alcohol to go as well. You can't. Is that a place you want to visit? Again, Chef Shangri-La, 7930 West 22nd Street, North Riverside. Place to be. Go over there, tell Irv, tell him you heard it on Ocean's Pit. Danny Mazzi from Armando's, he's been going there for 40 years. We're going to be there Thursday night, March 19th, Tony Ocean live. It's exciting. All right, so I want you, wow, crazy. That's very cool to know. Let's get a couple other quick stories if we can here. Let's see. The longest, it's got Valentine's Day is tomorrow. Longest engagement, folks. Octavio and Arita from Mexico. They've been engaged, ladies and gentlemen, for 67 years. They've been engaged for 67 years. Wow. Longest engagement. Oh, is that crazy? I think I have a friend of mine that was engaged like for 17 years, still never married. What's the point, right? And you can give a cop a drink if he gets stopped. There you go. You can't beat that. Danny Mazzi, what's up, Pally? How about this? According to 77 WABC, Laura Vorax, Youex, from of course, California. She said she registered her dog to vote in the mail-in voting ballots. She admitted it. She admitted it that her dog voted in the last election. Not the one for Donald Trump, the one before. She actually said this on a mail-in voting. First of all, this mail-in's got to go. Got to go. Got to go. Forget it. Forget it. All right. Here's a question for you guys. And, I prayed to God. I'm not a Bible guy. I don't know much about it. I do pray. I know he's given me my career, my health, my friends, my family. My success has been because of that. But I'm going to ask you guys, and I know it's something you're not supposed to talk about. Religion, politics. But there was a woman who passed away. Technically, she died for a few seconds. And she said when she came back, she's seen Jesus. Question, before we only got a couple minutes left. Has prayer ever did anything good for you? And usually we don't talk about this stuff on the air, this kind of topics, but and look, something happens. Oh, please, Lord, I will never do it again. If you just make it, if you just let me get through this, I pray to you, I'm never going to do this again. I know we've all done that. Dennis the dog was a Democrat, I think, from California. What do you want? All right. You've seen, okay. I know, all kidding aside, you've seen Jesus in your toast. I'm talking seriously here, folks. Has prayer ever done any good for you? Now, it does for me. I finish my gigs there's a little cross in my car. I rub it and I say thank you because I had a nice full house and I have work and I wake up in the morning and I have health and I have my family and I have success and I have friends. A question you got to ask yourself. Has it ever helped you? I hope it has. I hope you get everything that it's not like, oh, Lord, please let me win the lottery. Not that kind of thing. But I think it's important. There you go, Dennis. For me, yes, a big yes. You survived Vietnam. And number one, Dennis, again, thank you for fighting for our country, for our veterans. But I think it's important. Ronnie B, what's up, buddy? Yeah, I know. Fox River opening soon. Yes, I have everything I have today from prayer. Jimmy, I think it's important. I think it is. Metro Canine Dog from Las Vegas. Horrible. Tony, the name of the dog, passed away. You ever noticed that? I know police officers, when they pass away, men and women, but it's always remember the canines too, because they are part and they are very important to the police officers and for what they do. So our prayers out to Tony the dog out of Las Vegas Canine. This is just one that mentioned that the dog passed away. Absolutely. The very sets our moral compass. Thank you, Danny. General all the time. Yeah. And you know what? I don't think it's crazy when you want to talk about it. There's nothing wrong about talking about it. I think it's important. Maria, I do believe in the power of prayer. It's very important. All right. We got a couple minutes left. How many people remember watching Dick Clark, American Bandstand, or Don Cornelius? This is Soul Train. Of course, I was more American Bandstand guy. Every now and then I'd watch Soul Train just to see if there was a band that I liked on there. But I remember seeing great bands lip syncing on American Bandstand and seeing those people dancing. And of course, Dick Clark, who looks like he never aged, this guy. But I was an American Bandstand while I watched it if the band that was going to be on, I seemed to like. If they're one of my favorite bands, well, thank you, Dennis. Mia is up in heaven. I appreciate it very much. American Bandstand. How cool was that? Great show. And the question for today, I'm going to leave you with. Do you guys remember the very first television show you watched as a kid? Dennis, Maria, Danny, General, Albert, what was the first TV show you watched as a kid? David, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. I can't remember the very first one. I can't. But if I remember, James, I lived in an old people's home and had nothing but prayer. There you go, buddy. I can't think, because my mom being Italian, it wasn't like she said, hey, Mauricio, watch this English show. And there wasn't any Italian shows as a kid for kids or TV show. Bowery Boys, Danny remembers that. I do remember the Three Stooges. I remember Bozo. I remember Romper Room. I remember Zoom. I remember watching wrestling as a kid. Bob Luce wrestling, remember? Moose Cholak, the Lone Ranger, Ray Rayner, of course, Garfield Goose, Zoom, remember Zoom? 5, 2, 1, 3, 4. The Lone Ranger. God, I just remember those great TV shows. Johnny Quest. I even bought the box set. I still have the box set of DVDs. Johnny Quest, my favorite cartoon of all time. The Avengers. I remember watching Super Friends. And I don't remember how old I was, but the Super Friends. Zoom, remember, Jill? Yeah. Debbie Does Dallas. No, that wasn't on television. I waited years till I bought a VHS for that. Baron von Raschke. There you go. Yeah. Heavens and Murgatroyd, stage left, right even. Bonanza. Oh my God. All those great shows. Get Smart. Of course, this is when I was a teenager, but it had to be Bozo or Romper Room. And Ray Rayner might have been the first shows I watched. And Zoom. Or don't forget Electric Company, Sesame Street. Hey, Bert. Mr. Rogers. I always thought he was a little, even as a little kid, I thought he might have had a little problem. Bozo. And you know they were gone. Bozo was gone. Him and Wizzo. He come out, doobie doobie doo. You know they were drinking. Ray Rayner looked like he was a drunk, complete drunk. But I loved him. I love Ray Rayner. When I first started this show, I pictured myself with the little posting things on my, on my jacket, or these little stories that I talk about. Anyway, good stuff, folks. Good stuff. I want to thank you all for watching today. Happy Friday the 13th. Hope good things happen to you. Erica, how are you doing, my friend? Tonight, we will sold out show at the Stella Ballroom in Kenosha, Wisconsin with Oceans Rat Pack. Tomorrow, the Impact Fuel Room in Libertyville with the Main Event Band. That show is sold out as well. But Sunday will be at Ron Onesti's Club Arcada Speakeasy, Sunday night, February 13th at 4:30. Me and the Professor Daryl Armenstad. I want to thank I want to thank Irv Adams from Chef Shangri-La, 7930 West 22nd Street in North Riverside. We're going to be there March 19th, folks. So come on out to North Riverside for some great Polynesian ambiance. Very, very cool. And don't forget, March 4th is our 6th year anniversary of Ocean's Pit at Village Tavern. 6 o'clock, first come, first serve. 7 o'clock, we're going to go live. 7 to 8:30. It's an hour and a half live remote. Laura Ocean will be there. Carol Brandolino will be there. We got special guests. We got drink giveaways. We got prizes to give away. We've got free chicken fingers and French fries for the people that are in the section of Ocean's Pit. Village Tavern, Wednesday, March 4th. You have to be there to help us celebrate 6 years because of you wonderful people. Birthdays for Friday the 13th. Conrad Bayer from Different Strokes. Red Buttons celebrating a birthday. Peter Tork, one of the Monkees, celebrating a birthday. Nick Nolte, 85 years old. Carlo Isabelli, from the trumpet player from the Buckingham, celebrating a birthday. Joe English, drummer for Paul McCartney and Wings, 76 years old. Mia Farrow, one of Frank Sinatra's wives for 6 months. Fabian, celebrating a birthday. Mary Steinberger, Ted Danson's wife, if I'm correct, at 73 years old. John Williams, composer, Star Wars, and all these great movies, celebrating a birthday. Donnie Miguel Freire, great actor. Let's see. Josie from the Josie Awards, celebrating a birthday. Vince Mandelli, my buddy Vince, police officer. Jeremy Irons, celebrating a birthday. Of course, Mama D would have been 84 years old yesterday. Mama D, up in heaven, we miss you. And let's give it up for Gianni Brandolino's birthday. That's right, Carol's son Gianni, celebrating a birthday today. It is Friday the 13th. Want to make sure that we've got everybody here. My friend Connie, wherever you are, happy birthday. My friend Joe, Joe and Connie, we seen you guys last night at Chez Hotel. Thank you. Celebrate your birthday there, guys. What else am I going to say? Just thank you for making another great afternoon. And of course, let's get to our Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. Guys, save on all supplies you need for your next paint project. Buy one, get one 50% off at Clark and Kensington or Royal Paint. Select Ace paint kits, including tray, brush, and rollers. Select Frog Painter's Tape. See the in-store ad for coupons of 25% off one regular price item under $50 or $12.50 off any item over $50. Some restrictions apply. our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Guys, we want to thank you all for watching. Again, thank you, Irv Adams from Chef Shangri-La. And again, thank you, Carol Brandolino. Great job when we lost power yesterday at about 12:30. So she did the whole last half hour on her own, and she's got radio background, and she did an incredible job. So, Carol, thank you for that. Guys, March 4th, 6-year anniversary, Ocean's Pit Village Tavern. Put it on your calendar. Come on out. And buy local, shop local. Support local establishments. Support live entertainment. Be kind to one another, folks. It's a crazy world out there. And if you're offended with this show, change your channel. Don't protest. Don't go crazy. Change your channel. Don't watch it. But just because you're offended doesn't mean you're right. Remember that. Be kind to one another. It's a crazy world out there. Ringo Starr says peace and love. We need it more than ever. Have a great Valentine's Day weekend, everybody. And God bless you all. Be back here Monday, same time, same station. Have a great day, everybody. Be safe out there. Nick Sahajas, the piano man, take us out. Bye-bye, everybody.
Time to go, it's the end of the show. See you later from Tony O.
Just like that. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great day.